volunteered for the film festival, and I was walking home with someone who lived down the street from me, and we were talking about this woman who got murdered, and she was in her community just taking a walk, and she yelled for help 4 times.
In Ramsey, right?
Yeah, and I was like, that's insane that no one would help her. And it was just all these things that, like all these messages that kept coming to me, and I was like, we need better community, and we need to live together. And now as I think about it, like I took leadership courses at the university, and we talk about how to build a community, and I was like, you know, I really think that the Youth Action Symposium is a good medium to do that, because you get people in high school who all have a common goal and you connect them, and it's hard because like there was the Haymarket Collective, well the Haymarket Collective is still around, but their cafe got shut down, but like that's a community.
Gentrification, right?
Yeah. And the Arusha Center, I think the Arusha Center is great just for all being, the build the old Y is great just for having all those nonprofits in one place so that they can share resources and work together. I want more people to be aware of that, because I talk to a lot of people in EWB and Shoes No Borders and everything, and they're not aware of it, and I'm like, but we're all working for the same cause. So the Youth Action Symposium is organized by the Social Action Board, which just started last year, and it's all of the socially conscious clubs. We're coming together and meeting and sharing resources and trying not to have conflicting schedules about things. So we found that we were all having conferences at the same time of year, which were all directed at the same sorts of people. And like, what's the point of that? Like, so we decided to just combine it and have one big conference where we have everybody who cares about other people in the world and the future, get them to come together and work towards a common goal and connect with each other. I guess that's what builds community, that connection and communication.
There were actually 2 things that I read in that little write-up that you sent me about the Youth Action Symposium that caught my eye.
Yeah.
And well, actually, the first thing was, it starts with a quote by Nelson Mandela. It says, sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great, you can be that generation.
Yeah.
And then that's sort of the subtitle of the Youth Action Symposium, Becoming the Great Generation.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that right now in Calgary there's a burgeoning social movement, and I just got the sense that, I mean, like, there's something big you're feeling, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, where is that coming from, or what is motivating you in regards to that?
To make that statement that there's a burgeoning social movement, you can see it in the world right now too, like with so many people becoming more aware of the social issues and more people becoming aware of the need to build our future and care about our future and worry about the environment. Everything that we're doing has an effect, especially with globalization. Like, I mean, it's been around for so long, like Seattle, but it's coming more and more into the social conscious, where more and more people are becoming aware, like people who are in industry and like working for these companies that are taking advantage of people, and they're the people that have a lot of power, who can go to their presidents of their companies and be like, listen, this isn't right. And as more and more people hear that message, then that's how we can get change. And I think that it has, like, the use of those words, like sustainable development and social change and globalization have been on the radar for a good 10 years, like, for a long time. And it's hitting Calgary now that people are really noticing. And I think, like, the Arusha Action series and Movies That Matter and all these very, very big action events are happening in the city now, and I don't know if it's just because I'm out of high school, like I'm in university and hearing about it more, or what, but I think there is a lot more of it, and that with Calgary's big population, there's just more people who care about these things. And
well, and I think I mean, partially, right now Calgary, we had just experienced this huge sort of boom,
Yeah.
and I mean, but it didn't really affect everyone.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people who were left, like our homeless population increased, and so, I mean, what do you think about the sort of movement that's happening in response to those things?
To combat local issues like homelessness?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think that there are initiatives now. I think that there's a lot of people in the government right now who aren't taking it seriously enough. Like, it angers me so much that we can't build affordable housing. I mean, we build these crappy places in the suburbs, and like, why can't we put something in for people to get off the street? And I think it's just a huge lack of understanding in the city. But it is on the rise. There's been a lot of rallies for affordable housing, and it's raising the issue, definitely. And I want to see that issue resolved. It's something that's very close to my heart.
Let me pose this question to you. I was having a discussion with someone who, I guess they would probably call themselves like right-leaning.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and they were talking about, February 15th, 2003, 15 million people marched in the streets to oppose the war. That's the greatest single worldwide demonstration ever. And, as an anti-war activist myself, I feel a lot of pride that, so many people came together. And then that person said to me that, well, look, the war went and happened anyway, so not like that those people did any good. And what would you say in response to that?
Oh,
person?
I say it totally has an impact. Like, it's just something that gets the word out there. It's like, I've heard there are a lot of people who take really extreme action, and like, for instance, Greenpeace, a lot of people are like, they take too extreme action and it doesn't do anything. But in a sense, I've always been like, well, you need those extremes. You need those people who are pushing it and pushing the boundaries just to raise awareness about it and to get people thinking about it. Because if everyone was just kind of laid back and took one path, it's like using art as a medium, and we have to use a whole bunch of different mediums to connect with different people, because everyone's different and not everyone's going to understand a single type of message. It's not like everyone's going to be like reading, like, not everyone reads the paper and reads about the issues, and not everyone's going to go out to events or see movies about that strike their heart. So, I don't know, you just need to be persistent, and sure, the war still went on, but there were probably like thousands and thousands of people who heard about it and who thought about it, and just that thought, that seed is what's important.
Yeah, because the way I see it is like, what would have happened if no one marched in the street? Like, things would be so much worse, you know what I mean? Yeah, so the Youth Action Symposium, when is it going to happen?
It's March 15th and 16th.
And can people sign up for this? Or?
Yeah, so going to our website, yascalgary.com, there's online registration that they can email in. And most high schools in Calgary the guidance counselors have registration forms that they can send in to us as well. But it's probably easiest just going to yascalgary.com.
And what are some of the things that are going to happen at this Youth Action Symposium?
Well, everyone starts off the day. It's like a full day long with a lot of workshops about how to create social change, how to connect, and how to just like answering questions that we have about global issues too. So just raising that consciousness, and also it's a great opportunity to connect to other people in the community who are like-minded and just want to make a difference, but don't have maybe one single person is quieter than a crowd, right? So if you can connect with other people and start something, that's what we'd like to see come out of it. Like, even if one group of students from all these different high schools come together and like meet over coffee and decide we need to do something about this, and they make a presentation and to 30 students, and that's 30 more people who go about issues. So just one little thing like that would be excellent. And then on the 16th, Romeo Dallaire is coming to talk at the Epworth Center. I don't remember all the facts, but yeah, he'll be speaking in the evening, and then we'll hopefully be showing a movie at the Plaza in the afternoon, the documentary of Romeo Dallaire.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Kat.
You're welcome.